Hey, Chillie Falls here with Chillie Cruises. I apologize, folks. Those of you that were looking for me on the live broadcast at 10 o'clock, I couldn't make it work. I'm completely freaked out on what happened. Um, I was trying to go live. I had it all set up to go, and I had some kind of technical issue that I didn't know what to do with. So, I'm going to try to get a little bit of a video thrown together here with what I was going to do so I can get that posted and up, and see if I can figure out what happened. Couple things before we get to today's top story that I wanted to mention. Next week, I'm going to be going to Kentucky on Tuesday. I had planned on going live early and having it up as a video. And now that with this technical issue, I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see. So just watch for me on Tuesday, and I'll try to get there any way I can. I'll be in Kentucky Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was going to do the same thing Thursday morning before I drive back home to Virginia, but we'll see. One of the things that I'm going to do when I'm in Kentucky, my son is much more technologically advanced than I am. He has a live broadcast he does weekly in his space, which is in public relations, social media space. I want to see if I can do something other than on a live broadcast, my big fat face and sitting here giving you the news. I'd like to be able to use multimedia in the background with whether it be video or slides or something on a story, which I can do if I do a video, but I can't do if I'm doing a live broadcast. So we got some possible changes coming ahead on this space on our Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday show. So we'll see how that goes. Now, some of you saw this morning that the lead story was going to be the Miami Dolphins Cheerleaders Photo Shoot. And I'm going to tell you it like it is, folks. When I first saw this, I took the male chauvinist pig attitude and said, oh, yeah, well, there's a bunch of scantily clad Miami Dolphins cheerleaders running around a cruise ship, and wives of husbands have them tied up with ropes to keep them from drooling over the bikini-clad cheerleaders cavorting in the pool. This wasn't that way at all, because when I really looked at the story, I saw that they were talking about educational and cultural experiences, and I thought, wait, well, what? So the truth of the matter is the Miami Dolphins cheerleaders have wrapped up their 2019 annual photo shoot aboard the MSC Seaside in the Caribbean and the MSC Meraviglia in Northern Europe. The cheerleaders participated in this year's photo shoot themed Dance Unites the World, which is set to be released in the fall of 2019. This marks the second year that MSC Seaside hosted the cheerleaders for their annual photo shoot. MSC is proud to offer its guests enriching and authentic cruise experiences both on board and ashore, which is why MSC Seaside and Meraviglia served as the perfect backdrop for the photo shoot. Now, what happened is when they were in port, they did some of the photo shoot, obviously, on the cruise. When they were in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, the cheerleaders hosted a cross-cultural dance class with two cool dance crew. Then they went to Dunn's River Falls to capture photos of the cheerleaders at this iconic locale. In Cozumel, the team began the day at a local school, Escuela Secundaria General Carlos Monsiváis, or something like that, for a dance lesson with the students, then completed their photo shoot at the Mayan ruins. In Georgetown in the Cayman Islands, the cheerleaders hosted a dance clinic with Dream Chasers, a local dance troupe. In Copenhagen, Denmark, the squad hosted a clinic with global kids and visited the iconic sites of the castle and Nyhavn Harbor. In Kiel, Germany, They enjoyed a dance clinic with ballet in Kiel and Kiel Baltic Hurricanes cheerleaders, as well as captured image throughout the week of that locale. So it was a lot more than just cheerleaders cavorting around on the boat. So my hat's off to MSC and to Miami Dolphins cheerleaders for that. And if you're wondering, folks, my normal setup here, I'm a little off with my notes and information for today. Okay. The cheerleader story probably should not have been the lead today with all that's going on in the world. And I've got to watch my time because I'm on a time limit on this video setup. The other, of course, is Puerto Rico. And quite frankly, folks, I'm getting sick and tired of talking about Puerto Rico and all the problems they've had. But Governor Roseo, the embattled governor, was forced to step down amid political scandal and mass protests. He officially resigned yesterday at 5 p.m. And later in the evening, his successor, Pedro Pierluisi, was sworn in as the next governor of the island. Pierluisi was sworn in by a judge at 5 p.m., the hour Roseo had set to leave office, according to the Associated Press. 2 hours after taking the oath, Pierluisi emerged at the governor's residence to address the press and said he would only promise to serve as governor until Wednesday, when the Senate had called a hearing on his nomination. If the Senate votes no, Pierluisi said, he will step down and hand the governorship to the Justice Secretary, the next in line under the Constitution. So what happened? Their House of Representatives voted to make Pierluisi the Secretary of State. They confirmed his nomination as Secretary of State prior to the governor stepping down. The governor claims, and Pierluisi claims, that that's all that's necessary. The Senate has to confirm it, which they have scheduled a vote on Monday. And there apparently is some opposition to this. Roseo said the confirmation by both houses was unnecessary for a recess appointment. And that seems to be that's going to come up with legal challenges. Pierluisi said he did not plan to move into the governor's mansion and would avoid any major changes until the vote next week. Several legislators expressed concern, alleging that Pierluisi had a conflict of interest because he worked for a law firm that represents a controversial federal control board overseeing the island's finances. Wanda Vasquez, who's the Secretary of Justice, constitutionally the next person in line, if you recall several days ago, said, I don't want it. Don't give it to me, which is why Roseo went on and nominated Pierluisi as the Secretary of State. In the interim, Vasquez says that she would fulfill her constitutional responsibility if she had to, which means she would take the job. So who knows who's going to be governor? It could be Pierluisi, who is sworn in but not confirmed by the Senate. It could be Vasquez, who's constitutionally the next in line. Who knows? But anyway, I have no idea what's going on there, and I'm not sure anybody does, and it's just a mess. And I'm getting tired of it because it's been almost every broadcast I've done for how long now that's been involved. Okay, so much for Puerto Rico for now. I feel sorry for the folks in Puerto Rico. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see that whole mess straightened up. Got a couple other things to hit in my remaining allotted time today. Half Moon Cay, a favorite spot of Carnival Cruise Line and Holland American guests, is about to get a makeover. One feature in particular promises to be very popular, and that's a new pier. Hal Properties Limited, that's Holland American Line, Properties Limited, the owner of Carnival Corporation, has been approved to owned by Carnival Corporation, has been approved to expand an existing beach entertainment facility. The company plans to construct a cruise pier on Half Moon Cay, as well as landside facilities. The project is expected to cost $80 million. There's no timetable as to when it'll be done. But if you've been to Half Moon Cay, you know that that's one of the situations where you get tendered in, and it's always a pain. So a pier there would be outstanding. Azamara, a luxury boutique cruise line owned by Royal Caribbean, has announced a partnership with Perry Golf to offer 24 golf cruises in 2020 and 21. The 24 worldwide golf voyages will play at more than 70 marquee courses in 23 countries. I make quick mention of that. I think that's fabulous. I have said before that I thought that the future of the cruise industry was going to be involved with land things, and it's just not going to happen. Wait a minute, my phone's ringing. Sorry about that. The future, I think, of the cruise industry has to do with a combination cruises and land packages. So with them doing a golf cruise where you go from the ship to a golf course, get back on the ship, go to another port, a golf course, that's a neat thing. I could see the day coming, the Women's British Open is on. I could see a day coming in the cruise industry that is going on right now, where you take a cruise from someplace, let's say it's even out of Southampton, and you go to the fjords, and you come back and they drop you off at another port, which is near the Women's British Open, and you go spend 4 days at a resort near that and go to the Women's British Open, and another ship picks you up and takes you back to your original port. I could see a future happening of that quite easily. So Azamara with the golf packages, there's all information available on that. Should you want it, we can get it. I had several other stories today, but I'm running out of time on the time limit that's on this video setup that got thrown in at the last minute. So I'm going to call it quits for the day. Regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you'd like to keep up with the latest in cruise ship, ports of call, cruises themselves, my interview show called Chillie Chats, and of course the travel and cruise industry news on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 10 a.m. Just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. And as always, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But just let them know that somebody's out there listening. So again, I apologize for not being on live today. At this point, I have no idea why I was not live, why nothing worked, and I freaked out. So anyway, I'll get this posted as quickly as I can, and we'll talk to you again on Tuesday, possibly earlier than normal, and this will be a video by 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. For now, this is Chillie from Chillie's Cruises. Later, y'all.